Good morning everybody, welcome to a little summer vlog of 2 parts. Yes, a little tale to tell before I get stuck in today. I actually started making this vlog before I got poorly, so around the 8th of July I made quite a bit of vlog, 8th and 9th, so the Friday and the Saturday, but then on the Sunday I tested positive for COVID, which you will see. So the first half, about 28-29 minutes or so of this video is from back in early July, so I hope you can see me okay. I know the sun's coming in bright on me. And the second half of that video will be from now, which is today is the 10th of August, so a full month later. I am a lot better than I was, however I am still not completely recovered from it. I've got a lot of problems with my chest still, struggling with breathing properly basically, but I know I'm okay because I've got a pulse oximeter and my oxygen sats are an acceptable level, so I'm trying not to be too worried, and I'll be seeing the GP again before too long. If it carries on, I guess I'll get referred to the long COVID clinic. Anyway, I'm on my way. Yesterday was my first day back at work, which was okay. It was a bit hard going at times, but I managed, I managed generally, and I managed to get up and get ready and go again this morning, so it can't be all bad. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I've got a lot to share, bearing in mind that it's been a long time, so you're going to see some whips and then you're going to see them again as FOs. Why is there a woman crossing the road in the middle of a junction? I mean, seriously, death wish or what? Anyway, you've seen a little bit of my road rage coming out now. Right, I'm going to stop talking because I am driving, and I will talk to you all again later. Have a nice day. I've got quite a lot of acquisitions since last time I spoke to you, but it has been a long time. I'm not going to show you everything I've got, but I've saved some things aside. Some things are secret, some things are just got used straight away and that kind of stuff. One of which I'll show you in a bit because it's currently a work in progress, so I'll show you that as well, but at a separate time. So but what I have got, I'll just go through some bits that I got before the wool monty and some bits that I got at the wool monty. So apologies, there is a bit of crinkling now. This is fabric that I bought from the Rose Garden Patchwork. You can find her on Instagram, and she's got a link to a shop there. Now you know I'm doing a Christmas EPP quilt and an autumny Halloweeny one. I decided I'm going to do a springy one as well. So I got these fabrics, look, pansies or violets, and then these lovely little spotty ones with all different patterns, love that, and some really, really cute springtime kittens, which make me think of Paula from Stitched by Mrs. D. This is very much her vibe, dead cute. And when she sent that to me, she also sent me a cute little paper bag with a thank you ticket on it, and in here she sent me this little made by labels that I can sew into things. And this, so sweet, party kittens. What's that say? Love kitten. So that's a fabric acquisition. There have been other fabric acquisitions, but they've either been put straight into projects or can't show them for various other reasons. Right, so that's that one. I treated myself to a hair clip. It's not this one. It's a polymer clay hair clip that was made by Lindsay from Simply Serving. and she sent this to me as a present, which I couldn't believe. It's adorable. It's a wooden needle minder. Let me take it out of the packaging. And it's a cute chicken with wellies, wearing its Wellingtons and brolly and a sun hat. So adorable. So yeah, let me put it back on the card. Oh, wood needle minder, yes. There we go. And while we're talking needle minders, I also treated myself to this one, which again will have to come out of the packet because it's too shiny. And this is a seasonal one. Can you see it? Is it focusing? There we go. And look, it's got a pom-pom on the back, little fuzzy felt bit on the back. That's really sweet. And it's from Don't Step on Your Needle on Instagram. And Don't Step on Your Needle on Facebook. And I bought that on her Etsy shop. I bought a needle minder for Ivy for her cross stitch that she's doing. She's finished one already, started another one. Very pleased with her. Anyway, I'll not rustle around putting that back in the packet now. That was just a card. Oh yes, that was a card that came from Lindsay, one of her postcards. How adorable are those gnomes? And they are collecting blackberries. Not be long until the blackberries are ripe. And then I had a surprise in the post. If you follow Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful, you'll know she's been doing the dodgy bag mal, and she did a bag making video for her channel. I think it was on This Little Wonderful Life rather than on Little Drops of Wonderful. I'm not sure. It's one of her two channels anyway. And I happened to comment on this little small bag notion. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. I've had a bad night. I don't know if you can see or not, but this side of my face is really swollen. My wisdom tooth has started to grumble and my whole jaw is really sore. I've got a dental appointment this afternoon. I'm going shortly after I finish talking to you. Anyway, I just happened to comment that I really thought this one was lovely. And she posted it to me. She said you liked it, so you get it. Look, it's this little robin's one. Beautiful robiny fabric and holly. It's got a grey lining and it's got these contrasty little zip ends on it. And I've got a crocheted robin keyring that my mum bought for me. She bought one for all three of us. She got it from the Edinburgh Botanical Gardens. So I think I'm going to pop that on it, and then that can be a Christmas mini knit kit. So thank you very much, Ali. I know I've already said thank you to you, but I appreciate it very much. Then I went to, I was vending at the Wool Monty, which was amazing. And I happened to do a bit of damage while I was there. The first thing I've got to show you is a couple of patterns. Now the front page of this first pattern I'm going to show you is ruined because we've had a mishap in the front room. Basically a bird got stuck in the chimney and we had a massive soot fall and these were in the way of it. So I've cleaned the front page as best I can, but that's why it looks brown. But this is from Wool is the Answer, and it's the Wool is the Answer's Christmas stocking. And there's a better photo that isn't mucky inside. I have wiped it, but if you've ever had anything get covered with soot, you'll understand. So it's a colour work stocking. Pretty sure there's another picture. Yes, there is. There we go. That gives you an idea of the patterning. So that was gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to making that at some point. And then from Allium Threads, who was on the booth opposite from me, I bought this gorgeous Shawl Pad. And it's designed for lace weight. It's knitted in a lace weight merino singles and kid silk yarn knitted together in a lacy pattern. yes, but I think, and it's done on 5mm needles. I think I might do it in excuse me, in a 4-ply, because I'm not a lace fan, and as you know, I'm so sorry, it's because I had such a bad night with my jaw. If you've known me for any time, you know that I don't get on with mohair, so if I were to hold 2 strands together, it would be with the Sori silk alpaca lace yarn instead. Right, onto the yarny acquisitions. Well, the first thing I need to show you is, oh no, I'm missing something. This was a before Wool Monty acquisition. I'd forgotten that this was a before one. This is Stripy Cat yarn. It's a 50g sock set. It's a 50g main colour, 20g mini skein, and the colourway is Dumbledore, and it's lovely. I'm really looking forward to knitting that. I've used one of her 50g sock sets before in the Felix Felicis colourway and made myself a pair of socks which fit perfectly well, and I've got a size 8 UK women's foot, so, and you know I like a long, I'll hide while I'm yawning. You know I like a long leg on my sock, so I got that. That was a pre Wool Monty purchase. Now, first thing, well, it's actually the last thing that I bought, but I thought I'll show it you first. I finally got a bulgur basket. And look at these colours. Oh, I love it so much. You can fit so much yarn in it. After I'd bought it, I skipped back along the corridor with it to my booth. Right, let me see if I can think what kind of order I got all this in. I don't suppose it matters really. I'll show you these 2 together because these are the 2 that I bought from Hannah of the Corner of Craft and Chromatic Yarns. So this is Chromatic Yarns. It's Merfolk Lagoon is the colourway, and it's on the Sturdy Sock, which is 75% superwash blue face Leicester and 25% nylon. Still really lovely and soft and feels crisp. And it's got all these beautiful purplies, and oh, look at those speckles. So I think this might become socks. I'm pretty sure this is going to become socks. Look at that bit there. Gorgeous. And then I said to Hannah, have you got any cold resistance? Because ever since I saw her dye that before Christmas, I was salivating at the thought of it. And she said, I haven't bought any with me, but I've got some at home. I'll bring you some in tomorrow. So I got a skein of cold resistance on her merino sock. So that's 85 superwash merino, 15 nylon. And I'm not sure what I'll do with this, but ooh, it's quite good round my face. Really, really love this. So I might make myself something hattish, or I don't know yet. Don't think I want to make, I mean, it would make gorgeous socks, but the jury's out. But oh, possibly in a shawl with another colour. Oh yeah, that'd be lovely. Yeah, so that's what I got from Hannah anyway. And then I went to see lots of other lovely people. I met Jem from The Little Grey Girl for the first time, and I bought this from her. This is the Luxury MCN, 70% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 10% cashmere. It's 100 grams to 400 meters, so it's a 4-ply. Oh dear, Bramble, what's the matter with you today? And the colourway, I hope I'm saying this right, Charmandine. Charmandine? I'll show it to you. Now, have you watched the Wool and Wishes podcast? Because Kirsty from Wool and Wishes and somebody else whom I can't quite remember at the moment have both knitted a hat, and they've done it with a solidish colour yarn and then a strand of this King Cole Cosmos, and it's like a really fine lace weight. It's almost like thread, and it's got these little tiny paillette sequins throughout it, It's a 25 gram ball and it's got 393 meters on it. So it's really, really, really fine. And I'd been intending to dye something to knit it with to make a hat. And I couldn't decide what colour. And then I saw this and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So these two together, I think I'm just going to do a sock head hat. But I've pretty much decided that I'm not going, because if you've knit the sock head hat before, it's got a really long 2x2 rib brim and you're supposed to turn it up. Might not do that. I might just do the brim like 4 inches long or something and then start the hat. I've knitted the sock head hat once before and I've lost it. But it was quite big on me, so I might look at the sizing as well. So that's what that's going to become. I did not buy this at Wool Monty. I bought this from Wool Warehouse before I bought the yarn. But I knew I wanted this colourway to be the one that goes with it. So the one that I used. Okay, then I went to see the lovely Cuddlebums. Terrible at remembering names. I want to say Rachel, but I don't think that's right. Anyway, lovely people. And I'm currently knitting with the skein of their melted crayon, which I'll show you in a bit. That was my other new acquisition prior to the Wool Monty. But while I was there, I saw these, and these are mini skein sets, and it's DK Red Minis, it's called. And I'm going to make myself a pair of mitts, fingerless mitts with this, and I'm going to do it so that I start at the bottom with this colour on one of them and then at the bottom with this colour and work the opposite way so you get to see all the colours at the same time. Aren't they gorgeous? I just couldn't resist that. So pretty. So that's another one that's going to be going on the needles. I went to see Helen of Giddy Yarns, and it was so lovely to finally meet her in person. Helen really supported me with getting ready for Wool Monty being my first show. I needed a bit of hand holding, and Helen and Hannah from Giddy Yarns and Hannah from Chromatic Yarns and the Corner of Craft both really supported me, so I'm very grateful to them. And I've always wanted a skein of Helen's a gobstopper of Helen's yarn in her self-striping colourway, one of her self-striping colourways. So I got myself this one, which is the Northern Lights colourway. I think you'll agree it's very me. And everything apart from this Cuddlebums yarn fits into the same sort of colour theme. I'll hold it all up together and show you in a bit. So that was that. And this, I'm pretty sure this was going to become socks at some point, and that's 75 merino, 25 nylon. Gorgeous. And the last skein that I bought was from Wool is the Answer, and the ladies at Wool is the Answer are absolutely lovely. They both came to see me, and I got on with them really, really well, and I've since started watching their podcast. So if you haven't discovered that yet, I would heartily recommend it. They always make me laugh, and they're very lovely people, and they're quite local to me as well. They're not that far away. And they cake all their yarn up. Their slogan is "We bake, we cake, you make." And I bought this yarn, and I have decided myself that it is a Christmas yarn. It's called Icicles, and it's sparkly. I don't know if you're getting the sparkle. Can you see the sparkle? Maybe a little bit, but that's called Icicles, and that's going to go in my Christmas yarn collection. So there you go. That's what I bought at the Wool Monty. And if I find anything else knocking about that I acquired over the last few months since last time I vlogged, I'll pull it to one side and show you. But I've got to go and get ready for the dentist shortly, so I will love you and speak to you again later. Here's what has been eating all of my knitting time recently. You're not getting a proper view of the colour at all. See if I can get a close-up of it. That's more like it. Still not quite as orangey as it is in real life. This is a test knit that I'm doing for the marvellous Hannah of Yarnia Designs, and it doesn't have a name yet, but she's given me permission to share it, and it's the most amazing textured cabled cardigan. I am knitting this in my new Falkland DK sock base, and it is the most amazing squishy yarn I've ever had the pleasure to knit with, and the stitch definition on these cables is fantastic. So it's an all over textured cardigan with this amazing cable design going up the back, which I am thoroughly enjoying. It's all hand dyed, and I am not alternating skeins, and yes, I am aware that there is pooling and different changes in the colour, and I'm fine with that. So I've knitted the fronts and backs all the way up to the armhole cast off, and you can see there is front shaping, so it's going to have a cowl neck collar on it. So here are my cast off stitches for my underarms. Now all of the front stitches here and over here are all on waste yarn currently, and I am working my way up the back, and I'm about 2/3 of the way there. I'm mid-row, because I was knitting on it earlier when I was having a professional photo shoot, darling. My friend Helen, who is Helen Rowan Photography, if you are local, you may well have heard of her, came over because I am actually being featured as the Artist of the Month in one of our local magazines called S40, which is really exciting. And I did the interview the other week, and then Helen came very beautifully and took some fantastic headshots and some other photographs for the magazine and just for my general use as well. So that is one of my knitting projects that's on the go at the moment, and I am so in love with it. I just wish I could knit on it all day every day. Look at that cable detail. Here's one of my other current knitting projects, and this was one of my other new acquisitions. Got this about the same time as I bought the Dumbledore yarn from Stripy Cat. So I have completed my first sock, and this is the Cuddle Bums yarn in the Melted Crayon colourway, and it's on the zebra sock base. It's the first time I've knitted with this, and I love it. And it's just a basic vanilla sock with afterthought heel and a normal wedge toe. Here I am on my second. I've got one of my little Cherry Progress keepers on. I've got some of these to put in the shop. I haven't put them in yet. I took these to Wool Monty with me. So I'm almost at the heel on here, and I'm just going to show you the yarn. This is the yarn from Cuddle Bums. And then here is the... Oh dear, the girls are all having a bit of a set to down there. Here is the contrast, and it's just some of the BFL sock that I've dyed myself. I just decided to break 100 gram skein down into, I think it was 3 30 gram skeins, well 3 33 gram skeins, and dyed them in some really nice bright jewel tone colours for heels and toes, because I really like a BFL for heel and toe. I think it's really sturdy. So that's just some that I dyed myself, and it's living in this lovely cloud bag that Laura made for me years ago. It was one of the first project bags she made for me, if not the first. So there you go, that's another sock project. Now I'm going to run and go to the dentist. And then I tested positive for COVID again. So no more vlogging from me for a little while. Bye bye everybody. Hello everyone. It's late at night. And I don't, it seems like a really bizarre thing to suddenly pick the camera up and start vlogging when I look like this. And I'm tired and all my makeup has worn off. Oh, ow, that's hurting. But I actually just wanted to ask you all a question because, as you know, I'm post-COVID. It's been about 4 weeks, is this week 5? Since I tested positive. So I've been having a lot of problems with my breathing, my lungs feeling tight, feeling like I can't take a full breath, getting breathless really easily when I'm doing activity and things like that. It is very slowly starting to ease. It's not right yet, and especially with this little hot spell we're having again at the moment, it's really quite uncomfortable at times. So I've done my first full week back at work. I say full week. My full working week is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I ended up coming home from work a little bit early this afternoon because I just couldn't stay any longer. I was in so much pain. And I was just wondering if anybody else who's had COVID recently, I'm assuming this is related to the most recent strain, is having a lot of problems with back, neck and shoulder pain. Now obviously I always have that. Oops, sorry. To some degree because of my fibro, but I said to Johnny, I literally feel like someone's walked up behind me with a hammer and hit me in the back of my shoulder joint and then at the back of my neck up here really hard with a hammer. It hurts so much. And even with, I've just taken my bedtime meds, which include pregabalin, tramadol, ibuprofen, and I even took extra paracetamol tonight. So that's not an inconsiderable amount of pain relief. That's all my fibro medication, and that would normally relax my muscles and reduce the pain enough for me to be able to get a reasonable night's sleep. But it's just not touching this shoulder pain at all. And I was just wondering, has anybody else experienced this as a post-COVID symptom? Because it seems to be getting worse, not better. And I don't know whether it's just worse because I've been working this week and I've been sat in my work chairs and things like that. I don't know whether that's making it worse, but any opinions on that would be very gratefully received. Anyway, I've got Johnny's pillow behind to try and give me a bit of extra support, and I'm trying to keep my head back to stop me from straining my neck forward. And I've just cast on a new mitten. It's a pattern that I'm working on. I just finished my Halloween socks, which I'll show you tomorrow. And this is the squishy Falkland DK in the Fairy Forest colourway. Some of that will be going in the shop very shortly. Anyway, I'm going to just do a couple more rounds on this cuff and then I'm going to go to sleep because I had a very bad night last night. Sorry. Ow. Shooting pains going up my neck. So, ow. It's bizarre. I've never known anything like it. It's like needly pains going right up into the back of my skull. Horrid. Anyway, any experiences or information about that would be very welcome. Night. See you tomorrow. Kampachi. Hello, beautiful. Aren't you a lovely boy? This is my neighbour's cat. He's not friendly. Not because he's nasty, just because he's very nervous. So I can't get near him. In fact, I think this is the nearest I've ever been to him. His name's Kempachi, but I call him the little black shadow. Yeah, you must be very comfy there not to be running away. Oh, lovely boy. Hello everyone. I just thought I'd drop in and say thank you very much for joining me for what must be the most bizarre and disjointed vlog I've ever made. But I thought, seeing as how I'd recorded all these bits and bobs, I put them together with as much continuity as I could muster. And I just wanted to show you that the mittens that you saw me knitting at Thornbridge Hall earlier in the vlog are now complete. These are the soon-to-be Thorny Briar mitts. They're going to be going out to testing very soon as I've got the pattern typed up. Hopefully released within the next sort of... I'm aiming for the middle of October to get this pattern released. I've knitted these in the Falkland DK, which is the same yarn that I knitted the Sunday morning cardigan in that you've just seen me posing like a fool for. And this is the Fairy Forest colourway. They're very cosy and very soft and squishy. So I thought I'd just show you those quickly before I go. Anyway, keep your eye out because I haven't forgotten that I was doing a giveaway for Christmas in July. Can't believe it's the 1st of September tomorrow now, and haven't yet announced the winners, but I will be doing a Christmas in July winners post here on YouTube, and I'm also going to do a little video explaining all about my Spooky Sue's Halloween countdown box, which is in the shop now as well. So I thought I'd give a bit more of an idea of what that consists of. But for now I shall say ta-ta, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again very soon. Mwah!